We just don't believe you, Justin. We just don't believe you all the way. Okay? We just don't believe you all the way. All right? We like you, but when it comes to the way you've sort of been treating my family, we don't believe you. All right? As well as all of Ontario and some of the other in other parts of Canada. You know, you are the Prime Minister. I'm not going to go on like I did before. And everyone likes Sophie and everyone likes Justin. But there's lots of families in Canada. You're not the only one. And I know you want our family to succeed in a certain degree. That's why you obviously, or else these videos wouldn't turn out the way they turn out. But when it comes to deleting our stuff, like sometimes you ask, or shutting like things down, I don't generally know the reason why you requested to shut down certain ones. Like I don't know. There's a rumor that you keep harassing my family in regards to shutting down their health business. But through my listening, it just sounds like it's a family jealousy thing. And I want your family to succeed just as much as my family has. And I know there's quite possibly a jealousy in regards to my family's homes and their property. And there's nothing I can do about that. That is their homes and that is their property. My family, one of my family members owns 100 acres in this province. Quite possibly could be considered one of the largest landowners in all of this province. Or if you want me to say state, I can say state as well. And my auntie owns one of the largest homes in all of this province as well. And then on the other side of Canada, they also own a very large home, and all across Canada, from Prince Edward Island, all from east to west. And we're down south in the United States as well. And we're all over the world. If you want to think in that perspective, there's just nothing I can do about that. And, you know, we are related through the French side or whatever. And I know you have a large home too. And that is the reason why I am covered by ODSP and I receive entitlement, is because that my family is the ones that are paying the taxes. And that's our personal business in our province. And once you take it even farther than that, we are all over Canada as well. We are Canadians. And I don't know what this jealousy, Canadian jealousy, but there are many different Canadians. There are many different Canadians. But we are the original Canadians, or the original Canadians. We're the ones that helped a lot of people become Canadians just like us, and now everyone's considered a Canadian. But we're not going anywhere anytime soon, and we're glad everyone's enjoying Canada, and it's not racism, but just let us have our time as well. And because they have their time as well, and you guys are Canadians just as much as us. That is one thing that we believed in, was freedom. That everyone, no matter what race or religion, should have freedom just like anybody else, and that is the case here in Canada. But to the contrary, we have folks that have been attacking our natural-born Canadians, or our Canadians that have been here longer. Okay? And that's not something I generally like, but it's sort of just the way it is. We have new guests, and or we have guests, we have newcomers, we have people that have been here for generations and generations. And that's just the fact of the matter. And that's just the fact of the matter. But to the contrary, we have many other individuals that have very established lives here in Canada, and it's nothing like that. They only get me talking about it when they start talking about I don't know. All right, it's hard to explain, but we are a very multicultural nation, and it all and at the end of the day, we're all people, and we're very similar all together. We all have eyes, generally, and a mouth, and a respiratory system, and cardiovascular and all that, and we all have brains, and we all want the same thing for ourselves and our people. And just unfortunately that some people survive and some don't, and that jealousy is what causes I don't know, some people don't know how to do it or whatever, and it causes some bad things to happen. But that's why we have these folks here and many others to keep our community safe from those individuals that may want to harm other individuals. All right. Now, they're not perfect either, and so they might, you have to call 911 and things if anything's a problem. But they generally, in the more populated areas, you see them. In Toronto, I've seen lots of police. I've never seen the RCMP on horseback. I know in my adult life I've never seen them. But I know they're in certain areas of Canada. And maybe I will. And if I do, I'd get video of it. But I do like RCMP people. A lot. Same with OPP and all the other ones. And our peace officers out west and wherever other jurisdictions that they are. And I am a big fan. Always have been. And that's one thing where some of my family, like my brother, that John Gotti, rapper guy, he sort of has tainted my life because of his dislike or his misunderstanding of our police, and that caused a misunderstanding with our police about me. But our police knew me, especially the more higher ranking ones know me, but some of the lower ranking ones didn't. But now they are. They're starting to get to know me, and I'm so young. I still have a lot to build. But I'm pretty good today. I have all these videos, and I don't want to make this one about me. But one cool thing I've seen that's going on, I believe in Quebec, they're doing prizes for people that get vaccines, and so that was cool. And I've yet to explore Quebec, and it's something I have always wanted to do, but it's something that would cost a significant amount of time and effort, but also money to do. And I explored London somewhat, but I did that on my own free will, and I didn't necessarily get too much, but Justin was pushing me, but I didn't necessarily know what was going on exactly. I went to the hospital to go get checked up. I couldn't believe that I was connected to these people in my chip to be able to speak to my superiors and things. But now I understand it. I wasn't sure, all right, but now I know. But there's already a lot of people that do that. You got some great pictures here, and I'm sure there's some great ones. I like that guy in Quebec, even though his content's a slight bit questionable, and I'm doing more a certain style, but I like that one guy up there. I wouldn't be able to say his name off the top of my head. I haven't watched him in a really long time. But they did invite me to Quebec when I first came to Canada, actually. When I first came back to Canada, they had invited me to Quebec to come speak with them directly in the somewhere over there. They wanted to come talk to me, or they wanted to talk. Sorry, they wanted me to go there and talk to them, and it wasn't for anything bad, obviously. And but I think they wanted to know how my trip was. I believe it was the embassy. They wanted to know how my trip was down in the United States, and quite possibly they wanted to get me on the right track here in Canada, but unfortunately I didn't get to go. You know, my mom always tried to scare me with things, and she does that. Same with my father. They yell in your ear and try to tell you to do, but that's not my mind. My mind says that they wanted to invite me to come speak about how it was down in the United States and my possible future here back in Canada. See, I've been in Canada my whole life, but I did go down to the United States briefly. And I think they wanted me back here in Canada. And I'm doing well here in Ontario, always have. And I'm back, you know, things have came and gone. Things have came and gone. And I'm still learning a lot. As you've seen there, I should have known Ontario, where I live, southern Ontario, is this way. But I was going down to Vermont. See, I still have a lot to learn. But I'm well traveled around Canada. I've been to Alberta, I've been to Calgary, been briefly to Edmonton. Okotoks I lived for a while, I even went to their junior high school, which was really good, and I did learned a lot over there, and I remember the madame over there, and over at Okotoks Junior High, and it was an eye-opener, let's just put it that way. I'd never seen such attractive women. She wore some pantyhose and whatnot, and I had heard about Canada like that when I lived down in Tennessee, and or up here or whatever, and yeah. So when I went to Tennessee, I had heard about the Canadian women and the madams, and I went to school here in Canada as well when I was younger. But I wanted to learn Spanish. I wasn't catching French as good. And I had a great time down in Florida, learned a lot. Had some time in Tennessee, learned a lot. And then back up to Canada I was. And I went to Calgary and Okotoks. And that was an experience. But I am originally from here, Ontario. And I was born in Guelph. That is this city here. But and a lot of my family lives in Guelph, and actually our family, some of it, my family, is from Toronto. But my father and his family had settled out in Hillsburg, which is, it has to be, so I find it like this. Guelph, then there should be Erin around here, maybe if I get closer. Fergus. But listen, my family's all over. There's Grand Valley. Been out there. And Bowling Green. And my Auntie Carolyn drove me a lot in my later life to a lot of places. But it's somewhere around here. I'm not completely sure. There's Erin. Alright, so it's... there's Halton Hills and Acton. Also used to be out in Acton quite a bit. And I really wish my father would come back out, or back up, and I really don't know why he would. He lets those people intimidate him. The same ones that try to intimidate me that have no effect. Those ones would be gonzo malonzo if my father came back. Alright? Those people would be completely gonzo malonzo. If he was able to sell his property and buy his property here and whatnot, and they take advantage of my Uncle Roy, who's out in that Hillsburg area. I don't have to exactly show it. But my father John should be out here. I don't know what in the hell he's doing all the way down here in Tennessee. Alright? They're holding on to John like no other. Because there's some elaborate scheme to steal his property down there. They think I'm in a whole nother world. I'm right here. You're right there. Okay, if my father passes away, you better believe I will be claiming that property by kinship. I'll own it from up here. I'll have somebody down there hold on to the property, and I'll sell it from up here. You can do that. So we'll have to see how that works out. Actually, they're down here in Savannah now. We used to be out in Linden. I was only there for 1 year. But I think my dad's going to come back eventually. I know he is. Eventually. He's got to. He's got to be a crazy person if he stays out there. Or down there. It's not like all your family's up here, John. All your family is up here. All across Canada, actually, but our directs are up here. And then lots have spread out. And we are the Canadians and whatnot, but... Angus, the Blue Mountains. I got to see the fish ladder out there. There's Collingwood. They have a really nice Starbucks. Hanover, been to the casino. Teeswater. Love the Gayley. Wingham. There's some stuff out there in Wingham I've been. And the Tim Hortons. I've been to the Tim Hortons. I've been to that tattoo shop. And I have been... I didn't go into their grocery store or nothing, but I've been over there. Alright. And Lucknow. I met somebody from there. Or Lucknow. I think they call it Lucknow. Clinton, Goderich. Met some people from there. Grand Bend. My friend or acquaintance Marlon used to speak of going to Grand Bend when I used to live in London. He used to tell me, "Oh, we're heading out to Grand Bend." Him and his girlfriend or his wife or whatever, and they have a child. Here is Windsor. I went down there recently. That was cool to see. Brought back a lot of memories. I even looked like my Uncle Roy in that one. It's on my Instagram. So I'm right there by the GM Tower. And I don't mean to have that accent or whatever. It's more, I don't know. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't. Stratford, that's where Justin Bieber's from. Okay. Cambridge, I've lived there. Kitchener, been there. Vaughan, Markham, I've been to Vaughan, been to Brampton, been to Caledon. I've been all around. Orangeville, love Orangeville. Wendy's, and we ate at the Swiss Chalet and the Chinese. There's a good Chinese restaurant there. I can't mention, I don't know the name of the Chinese restaurant, but they were good. Barrie, I've been up to Barrie. I've also been to Penetanguishene, for good and for bad. Okay, me, my Auntie Carolyn, and Helen went up there to get some wood. Or actually, what did she? Yeah, didn't she go to? Wasn't it Penetanguishene? I believe it was. And that's a cool town in the one area. I believe it inclines all the way towards this. I'm not sure exactly which one it is. It might be this one here, over the head road or whatever. But one of the roads, like, they go all the way down. It's like, I would be scared to be on that road when it's icy. And then there's that water there. So it's pretty cool. Midland. I've been to the Midland Hospital. What do we got else? Tiffin, I've heard of them. And anyways, so much to do in just southern Ontario, but we got so much. Canada is so large. This is Ontario. This is just southern Ontario. This is like the whole province here. Okay. I've been all up here. Canada Transnational Highway, been on it. And I've stayed up here, and I've been to Thunder Bay, and my brother took me up there, and my father took me up there. Okay, and Sault Ste. Marie, Auntie Carolyn has some stories with her friends when she was younger about the Sioux. Elliott Lake, okay, Sudbury. I don't think I've been to Sudbury, but I think I've been through it. But I've never been to Sault Ste. Marie at all, but I can recollect being to Thunder Bay. But I've heard a lot about Timmins. I read a book about Timmins. Was it nickel? And things like that. Timmins mining. I know they're big into mining up there. Gold. But I read something about nickel. Oh yeah, see? Gold, zinc, copper, nickel, and silver. Yeah, learned a lot about it, and it's cool. And I even seen the paper factory north of there. Now, I can't recollect the town, but my brother took me up there, and he was a little bit nervous, but he shouldn't have been. But I think that was just the role he was playing. He wasn't actually nervous. But it's different up there. Okay, it's all on the mountains. The one motel we stayed at, it was right in the mountains. Paper factory in northern Ontario. I don't know. I might not be able to pull it up, but there is some paper factories up there. Or there was an old one. And that was cool. You could smell the paper in the town, the manufacturing of the paper. And then there was that hotel we stayed at, which was really nice. And my brother had a MacBook Pro back then. I don't know what the heck happened to that MacBook Pro. But I know that I lost my wallet there, and we called them, and they paid the postage and everything, and they returned my wallet. So that was really nice of them. Yeah, I never thought I would get that wallet back, but no, they were very, very kind folks, and they sent that wallet out back to me. But that is so long ago to me. I don't have that wallet anymore. And some people have been fortunate; they still have a lot of things that they had back then. It's been HellNBack, all right, pretty much, and that's another person in Canada. His name is HellNBack, and that guy's been through HellNBack too. And that's why his name's HellNBack. And I never understood his name, but I understand it now. He's hard to find. What is it, HellNBack rapper? Yeah, there he is, HellNBack. And that guy's been through HellNBack, obviously. That's why his name is HellNBack. And unfortunately, it looks like he had some kidney problems, but I'm sure he's doing all right. He's a fighter. And when I say fighter, it doesn't mean he's a aggressive person, but he pushes through any, not any, but if anything were to come where he would have to push through it, he pushes through it, and he's been through hell, and he's came back from it, and he's doing all right.